Hey guys, this is Exalian here, and I'm bringing another narrated Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This was a war battle versus HJ Helljumpers, or more specifically, Andrew, or Suicune, or Florine, or whatever of the many names he goes by. So, yeah, let's get this narration started. So we both just do the standard Stealth Rocks thing, since Stealth Rocks is pro. And I taunted him because I am a total idiot, and I have no idea why I did that. It costed me my Azelf, which I should have just U-turned out and just saved it. But that is one explosion that is not going to happen this battle. So I bring my Godzilla because Godzilla is just a monster, and this is Tyrannoboa because, Tyrannoboa is just made out of wind. And I'm just gonna go for the sub because that's what Tyrannoboas do. They sub and then they set up and sweep and all that good shit. And yeah, this Swampert comes out here, and this thing, Tyrannoboa does not like Swampert at all because I have nothing to really hit it hard with except for Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse is gonna be doing the most damage, and so that's what I do. So he roars me out, and I go out to Lust because, you see that little lusty glint in my female Gengar's eyes. She wants the enemy very badly. She's going to do whatever it takes to just get all up in that. So I start subbing down because this is actually sub-split Gengar, because, the two are going to share their pain and become one and all that good jizz. So, with the sandstorm taking me down, and I have a life orb on this thing, so I'm not going to be getting any HP back. I'm just going to be subbing down and pain splitting repeatedly for a little while. My original plan was to sub down to a certain point where the next time I pain splitted, he'd be low enough so I could kill him with a Shadow Ball. And, I'm just going to go for my final sub right here because, Substitute is all awesome. And right as I did this, I thought I was going to die from Sandstorm. I was very stupid to sub down here is what I was thinking, but it was all good because the Sandstorm does not end up killing me. And I knew that after a pain split I'd be able to live another Surf. But I don't think he ends up going for Surf here. Ooh, spoiler alert. I think he goes for Roar right here. OMG spoilers, I'm getting so far ahead of the narration. So, the best possible switch in for me happens, and I go into Bloodbath, which is my Subseed Breloom, and he's just gonna drain the life out of you and create a bloodbath in the rivers. The rivers run red when they're around here, because and all of that red bloody river stuff goes into feeding him and growing more Brelooms. So he goes into his like a boss because Gyarados is obviously like a boss, and it just eats the spore that I had intended for the Swampert. So I'm doing pretty good at this point, and I'm just gonna take this opportunity to set up my substitute because substitutes are awesome, and in order to get a sub-seed going here, I need to have the substitute go with my seed, and then Jirachi comes out. And I'm like, oh shit, it's a Jirachi. And I'm thinking that this Jirachi is probably going to be Scarfed, and I'm predicting either the Ice Punch, or the Fire Punch, or the U-Turn. And I'm just going to take this time to set up a Leech Seed so I can switch out to something like Tyrannoboa and just have that get Leech Seed recovery. But no. I got denied right there. I got denied my Leech Seed recovery, and now I'm all sad face because this Jirachi is just gonna Fire Punch my Tyranitar. It would have been really, really bad if right here I had gotten the burn, and I swear to God I was thinking I was gonna get the burn. I just thought that it would have been nice payback for other hacks I've gotten in previous battles. But it's all good, and I predict his switch into Swampert. Instead of going for the substitute, I go for the Dark Pulse because I know it's a 2-hit KO at this point. And yeah, Swampert just eats Dark Pulse to the face, and another one will take it down. If he switches out into anything else, that's going to have to take a Dark Pulse, and not many things like to take stab Dark Pulses coming off of Tyrannoboas. So he's just going to sack his Swampert so he can get a free switch into something else. And I'm thinking that he's going to go back into Jirachi here because Scarf Jirachi with Stab Super Effective Iron Head is pretty awesome. But what he did not expect is for me to bring out my Gatya. Because, Akbar is just sitting there in the back room going, oh, it's a trap! It's a trap! And I'm just sitting here going, oh, no, Akbar. It's too late. Because I've got ya! And unfortunately at this point, you all know what's going to happen here because it's a Jirachi locked into Iron Head and it can't switch out. So the inevitable is going to happen and I'm going to get flinched right here, and I'm just gonna. My Gatya is kind of delayed a little bit. He's biding his time though. He's pretending to flinch repeatedly, just pretending to flinch so he can bide his time and just do his hidden power fire later. His trap will work. It will work out for me in the end. Just you wait. Just you wait. And I get flinched 4 times in a row, I think, right here. But on the 5th Iron Head, I believe that I break free of my flinching, and I just kill it off with a hidden power. So I think this just goes to show how just terrible hacks are. Because, hacks are pretty terrible. But it's okay, because it's a video game, and anyone who gets super worked up over hacks in a video game is... I don't know, there's just something wrong with you. So he knows that I'm locked into Hidden Power Fire, and I just decide to sacrifice my Gengar to the Fire Blast. But instead, he goes for the Earth Power. So I'm thinking here that he is not going to be Scarf, and I'm just going to go for the Focus Blast. I don't know what made me think he wasn't Scarf. Maybe it was the fact that this Tran is a lead, but I just got the feeling that I'd be able to outspeed and kill with a Focus Blast. And you know what? I did. I was able to kill it with a Focus Blast because it is not a Scarf Tran. I made the mistake of using a Trick Lead Uxie once and against a Tran, and I turned it into a Scarf Tran, and it just destroyed my whole team. I have no idea what I was thinking. So here I tried to sacrifice my Lust so I could see what he would lock himself into, because I thought it was a Specs Jolteon, but it was actually a Sub-Passing Jolteon right here. And I was thinking it was going to be like Substitute Thunderbolt, Charge Beam, and Baton Pass. And, well, I wasn't disappointed on the Thunderbolt part, because, my lust was quenched, and I'm lusty no more. And, this derp thing just overpowered my lust, and there was nothing I can do about it. So I go into Godzilla, because I know I can take a Thunderbolt, like, at least one. And, he just Baton passes out because he's too afraid of my Godzilla. I mean, who wouldn't be afraid of a Godzilla? I mean, look at that little Jolteon thing over there. It was going to get stomped on by a great big old lizard thing. I mean, you guys may make fun of the Japanese people for going all, it's Godzilla! Run away! But seriously, Godzilla is just scary-ass person thingy, monster. So he actually survives my Dark Pulse and 1 turn of Sandstorm, which is beautiful for me, because that means I can get a free substitute up. And because he doesn't have leftovers, I have no idea what he's using, and I never get to find out. Because he doesn't have leftovers, I just get my sub up, and that's a free sub. So at this point, it's pretty much GG, because I have Tyraniboa with a substitute up, and there's nothing that can stop me now. There's nothing that can stop me. And I'm just gonna focus punch this Jolteon because, why not just focus, think about it for a second. In a fist fight, like you're just sitting there throwing off electricity jolts at each other. Why not just sit there, think about it for a minute, and then punch the guy? That makes perfect sense. So then he's just going to try to troll me, and he just sends out this Celebi, and I'm like, no, I don't like being trolled. Go away, you troll. And the troll was able to kill Godzilla because, the troll is going to make fun of Godzilla, and Godzilla's just going to go off crying, and my Godzilla fainted from the shame of being made fun of. He was called green, this troll called my Godzilla green. Godzilla doesn't like that. And you know what? I deal with the troll the only way that you can deal with trolls. By blowing them up with explosives. Yes, blowing up a troll is the only way is the only way to defeat a troll. I have taught you all a valuable lesson here. So yeah, good game. Good game, Suicune, or Andrew.